something that interests you, definitely let me know in the comments below, and then I'll be urged to do it faster. But also, I would love to know what you're currently reading because I'm all about it. Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's move on to what we're talking about this evening. Precursor, I love me some fall, so I am so looking forward to the upcoming months, because I love October, November, and December. I think they're just some of the best months out of the whole year. I just think they're some of the best ones. And some of my favorite people were born in those months too. Like, for example, my mother, my sister, my children, like all of them. Me. Anyway, that's beside the point. I married a man that was born in March, so, and he's like pretty high up there on the list of my favorite people. And my pop was born in May, so, you know, I've got other people that were born outside of those 3 months that I definitely love and adore. But that's completely beside. I see I keep getting off topic. It's very typical of me, by the way. But I love me some last 3 months of the year. October, November, December. I think they're just some of the best months because I love the fall. Now I realize that November and December are probably considered the winter. Probably not considered fall at all. But the thing about that is, where I'm from, we barely get any winter at all. Barely get any winter at all because it's just so hot here all of the time. It's like so unbearably warm sometimes. Like, we are standard in the 90s to 100-degree weather, and the humidity is like unbearable. You can walk outside sometimes and like you might as well just breathe water. Like, we might as well have gills in the south. I'm just telling you, like, it gets real intense. Anyway, so I look forward to those months because it finally cools down a little bit here, and we start freaking out because it gets to be like 60 degrees, which is freaking cold for us, and for everyone else in the country, that is probably like their summer. So, yeah, that being said, I look forward to those months, and I am even more so looking forward to those months this year because every 4 years, 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, so every 4 years, one of my favorite little things comes along called the World Cup. The World Cup. And if you are a European soccer fan or an American soccer fan or just a fan of football in general, then you'll feel me because we get real like territorial and like we get real crazy about the World Cup around here. Oh my goodness. So if you guys haven't watched my videos before to know this, my husband is British. He is born and bred from Nottingham, England, and he's got a real thick British accent, the whole thing. And yeah, he definitely watches the World Cup. I've been a big World Cup fan for a very long time, and I root for 3 different much you know about my husband, you may know who the third team is. So every year, I root for America, obviously, because this is where I am from. I also root for, you guessed it, so England, and last but not least, a bunch of my ancestors, where a lot of my family originated from, was Germany. So I also root for Germany, and they have such good players. They're such a good team. They've done so well in the past in the World Cup, and I just love them. So I have my little I was gonna say authentic. It's not authentic at all. It's like really random, my Deutschland jersey here. But yeah, I've got my flowers themed out to the teams that I root for. So I got us a little bit of black roses. Let's move them over here. Oh shoot, let's not make so much noise. So black roses over here. We've got some red roses here. And then I've got these random yellow bulbs. They don't even go. They don't go with my little rose bouquet here. But I have a whole bunch of flowers in different colors that I've collected that normally I put on my bookshelves that will match with my books or go with my book themes. I do a lot of bookstagramming, and I do book pictures with flowers in them, so that's where these have come from. And I do a lot with different kinds of roses, but I just so happened to have some mums, different colored mums for the fall, because I'm currently doing crafty stuff, like making a wreath for my front room, and I have mums in there, so I happen to have I just so happen to have these yellow mums here, and I thought that I would just throw those in because I don't have any yellow roses. Actually, that's a darn lie. I do have some yellow roses, but I must say that those yellow roses are this light, really light yellow color, and it just didn't do the German colors, the colors for the German team, any justice. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, we had to dip into the mums. Okay, so that being said, we got our yellow, red, and black for Germany. Then I've got red. I got white. Oh yeah, that rain out there. It's like, that's exactly what it sounds like. Not exactly, but it does sound very, very similar. Anyway, so it is the day after American Thanksgiving. Is that November 25th? November. That America plays England. And I'm like, I'm already stressing it a little bit, like in a weird way. Like, I'm like kind of sad because I don't want my teams to knock my teams out. It just sucks that America and England are in the same initial bracket. thinking of you when I watch the games. And I watch a lot of the games, like, don't get me wrong. Even if I just throw it on in the background when I'm at home, I'll be watching the games. So I'm super stoked about it this year. It's gonna be a good time. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit this year. There's so much to look forward to it toward the end of the year, and that's a big one for this year, and I'm stoked. What are some things that you're looking forward to at the end of the year? Holidays, Christmas, birthdays, the year being over. Some people are just ready to be done with this year. Like, maybe it's just been a hard work year, or it's been stressful. Like, I know that it's still a hard time, especially with the housing market where I'm at. It's bananas. I'm ready to move. Everything that's been going on in our country, how crazy it's been, political craziness, like, man, that stuff will turn like mothers against sons and sons against brothers, and it's a lot. It's so much. It's not something that you'll ever, sorry, my door just hit. It's not something that you'll ever really hear me get too much into on this channel, or probably in general, because I keep most of my opinions to myself. But it's not that I don't have them, it's just that I don't feel the need to share them. That being said, yeah, I appreciate so much, so I appreciate so much that you came to hang out with me. And if you are still watching this, you're at the end of the video. If you are still watching this, then thank you so much for hanging out. And please, if you are not subscribed to my channel yet and you feel so inclined,